Hello, Jeremy Chambers, Independence Acres Homestead. Today's video we're going to be working on some improvements on our chicken coop. Well, first of all, our chicken coop's going on about 8 years old. See, Rooster agrees, it needs to be done. First thing we're going to be doing is working on some changes to our brooder. Our brooder box, when I built it, it wasn't the best, I'll be honest with you, but it was a quick throw together job in order to make sure that we could have a place to brood our chicks outside of the house. And the second thing we're going to do is be building a new waterer for our chickens using the nipple system. We'll also be doing a little bit of spring cleanup around the front yard. So thanks for joining us today, and we look forward to sharing this with you. Okay, so here we are inside the chicken coop, and this was our quick throw together brooder box that I built when I was building the chicken coop. Somebody's happy. And well, honestly, it just wasn't the best thought out. As you can see, I didn't put a top up here, so we just had some old house screens that we were throwing on there to keep the chickens in. The other thing that we would do is that I need to do is this front door here. It opens up and out. I don't like that, so we're going to be rebuilding this using the same basic frame, but putting a smaller door that opens this way, left and right, so that I can get in and access the chicks. So we'll be building the frame to accommodate the feeder, the top frame here with some chicken wire to accommodate the feeder, and also to accommodate a nipple watering system that we're going to be putting in here. Okay, and just a quick reminder, anytime you're working in a chicken coop or any place that can be enclosed, you want to wear a little face mask, dust mask, just something to filter out some of that dust so you're not breathing in all of the dry manure particles, because not that you're going to be worrying about disease necessarily, but just the dust itself can cause some respiratory distress, especially if you have somebody that struggles with allergies. Might want to get something that's even a little stronger than just a basic dust mask. Even just a quick rag around the face can help protect you from inhaling some of those dust particles that can cause some issues with your lungs. So, as always, safety first. Okay, now that we got everything torn out, it's time to start rebuilding the brooder the way that we want it now. Safety first. So, keeping in the spirit of frugality that we have here at our homestead, I'm going to try to reuse as many of the parts that we took out of the coop to rebuild it, so we don't have to invest any additional materials. We've also got some 2x material that we have reclaimed from some tractor boxes that we pick up at our local tractor store. The shipping crates that they come in, we try to get that material, break it down, and reuse it so that, like I said, we're not investing a bunch of money in additional materials on our coop. And there we go. The new front of the brooder is on. Now it's time to work on a new wire top lid. Okay, so we've got the brooder updates done. There's just the last few finishing touches. The first will be to install a latch on the door here so we can access the chicks and also be able to latch it, keep it safe. You can see this hole here on top of the brooder. We're going to be building a 3-inch PVC feeder to go down through here so we can feed it from outside. We'll install the heat lamp onto this shelf here. Now we will screw down this heat lamp. It's not just going to be clamped on using those spring clamps that they come with. And install the nipple waterer, and we will be all set for new chicks. Alright, now that we got the brooder all done and almost ready for new chicks, now it's time to begin working on our new watering system for the chickens. We're going to be using, once again, these square Menard pails. They are a 4-gallon pail. The reason why we use these is because they're going to be very easy to build a bracket where these will just slide in and we can strap them in. Lids will stay on. We've been hanging our 5-gallon nipple bucket with string or with a rope, and it just hasn't been working out well. The chickens get on top of it, knock it over, just making a general mess of it. So we're hoping that this new system will get it going for us. First thing we're going to need to do is to measure our area that we're going to be installing the bucket water system. We're going to also need to be measuring and cutting the depth, 3 of the 2x material depth for these buckets to slide into. They're going to be sitting, 2 of them sitting side by side. And then we will finish building out the bracket, get it installed, and then we will install the nipples on the buckets themselves. So for installing the nipples, we're going to be drilling a 11/32 hole, wrapping some of the Teflon tape around each of the threaded portion of the nipples, and then threading them into the bottom of the bucket. We'll be installing 2 per bucket. Okay, so here's the basic premise here. We've got the bracket. Buckets will slide right in. It's easy to take out and clean. Water nipples will be on the bottom here, and should work out fairly well. Okay, so to begin our poultry water nipple installation, first thing we're going to do is we're going to mark our buckets where we're going to want to drill. It's an 11/32 drill bit, which is just the inside diameter of the thread. You don't want to measure the outside diameter, you want to measure the inside diameter of the thread. But for these particular poultry nipples, it is an 11/32 bit that's necessary. All right, so we've got 2 holes in each bucket here, and we're going to drill where we marked, just enough to get the hole. You don't want to hang out in the hole too long because it will make it too large, and then you're not going to get a good seal for your poultry nipple. All right, once you got all the holes drilled, you just want to do a quick check, make sure you're not going to be able to push the nipple in. All right, now we got some thread seal. This is a thread seal Teflon tape. You can find it in the plumbing aisle of your local hardware store. And once that's done, it's as simple as taking your poultry nipple and threading it. You want to apply a little pressure in to the bottom of your bucket as you go. Now you can over tighten these. You don't want to over tighten them. The ones that we purchased do have a little silicone rubber seal, and you want to just go until that seal is seated against the bottom of the bucket. Okay, we've finished the poultry nipple installation. We're going to go ahead and get these installed in the rack in the chicken coop, put some water in them, and we'll do a leak check. Okay, so here we are. We have brackets up, buckets are in. The water nipples are holding steady. Now we want to make sure that we're not getting any leaks around the edges here, which we are not. We're nice and dry here. You can see there's a little bit of water on the metal part here. Now the great thing about these things is it'll allow us to seal these up with lids so that the chickens can't defecate in there and get the water all nasty. And the chickens are naturally attracted to the red and the silver here, you know, the shiny. And when they peck at it, it will drip, allowing them to drink without splashing water all over the place, knocking over their water, or having any issues with contaminating the water with their manure. So we're really happy with how this turned out. Thank you so much for joining us today as we did some updates on our chicken coop. Hope this video was helpful for you. If so, go ahead, like, subscribe. You can also check us out on Facebook at Independence Acres Homestead. Thanks for watching, and until next time, God bless.